Teabagging in Apex Legends. Your teabagging skills matter a lot. However, which legend you are going to pick to perform teabags matters as well. My name is Radekken, I'm a certified professional teabagger, and I have a duty and responsibility to review each legend and rate them on the scale from 0 to 10. Let's begin. As I was doing the review, I noticed that each character is crouching differently when holding rifle, pistol, or not holding anything at all. So I decided to review each one of them this way: crouching with a rifle, crouching with a pistol, and crouching with no weapon. That way I will be able to analyze them completely and thoroughly. First one is Bloodhound. And I'm already impressed. This mysterious hunter does pretty much everything just right. Depth of teabagging is perfect. Position of his knees is perfect. Leg stance while crouching is perfect too. And heels are almost perfect. We can see that one heel is raised a little bit, but that's just a minor element in this whole ritual. So far so good. 9.6 out of 10. Next one is Wraith. Watching her teabagging without gun, I immediately noticed incorrect knee position. She almost kneels, but the good thing is, her right knee still doesn't touch the ground, so I do not consider it as kneeling. Oddly enough, she does the same thing while teabagging with a rifle. But the most hilarious thing is that she is actually doing an excellent job while teabagging with a pistol. All her incorrect knee positions are fixed, and she finally teabags properly. 6.0 out of 10. Gibraltar's teabags are just mind-boggling. He is so bad. It just hurts to watch. Okay, first of all, he actually kneels. One of his knees hit the ground, which is a massive red flag. Moreover, when he teabags without gun, he looks like a goddamn gorilla, or at least like some kind of rugby player who is about to start playing a match. Hell, even with a gun he looks like a fucking gorilla. Take advice from me folks, and avoid Gibraltar like the plague. 1.0 out of 10. Watching Bangalore made me a little bit confused. Her teabags without guns were quite similar to Gibraltar's. But the problem is, when I was re-watching other characters, I've noticed that many of them were teabagging similarly without guns. One hand was free, and the other was on the leg. But when it comes to teabagging with a gun, that's a whole different story. Bangalore is indeed doing good job right there, whether it's a teabagging with a normal gun, or just teabagging with a pistol. In this case, we see that she crouches deeply enough and makes a good knee position. Once again, there is a negative minor element about her heels. Final score is 8.0 out of 10. Lifeline is one of those characters who has a little bit of everything. Her healing drone reminds me of May's little snowball. She is combat medic, so she also kinda reminds me of Mercy, except the fact that in Apex case, Lifeline is actually useful a little more than just running behind teammates with a fancy stick. As we all can see here, her performance without gun is pretty bad. Right knee almost touches the ground. Somewhat the same thing happens with a rifle. But that's even worse. In this case, one knee is actually touching the ground. And now with a pistol, yet again, I was surprised. We can see here a very noticeable improvement. That alone drags her out of 1.0 score already. Well, at least with a pistol, Lifeline's teabags are pretty good. On a final note, her teabagging style is on par with Wraith's. The score is 5.8 out of 10. According to Gamepedia, Pathfinder is an actual male robot. But look at that thigh gap though. Pathfinder is far from being a good teabagger. Whether he is holding a pistol or a rifle, he quite literally kneels. That's not good. Unarmed Pathfinder does almost a good job, but looking at that arm on the left, looks like he is leaning on his arm. I was expecting something nice from Pathfinder, but he disappointed me. Even his counterpart from Overwatch did a better job. I was thinking to give something between 1.0 and 3.0, so let's give him a 2.0 out of 10. If I had to pick the best character who performs best teabags with no gun, it would be Mirage. It isn't the best form, but from all of what I have seen, this is the best one. Next stop is teabagging with a pistol. And that's the part where all the good shit begins. This teabagging style is unbelievably stunning. The depth is magnificent. Leg stance is admirable. And the whole upper and lower body pose is just brilliant. Look, the front, the left, the right, and the view behind. Everything is absolutely excellent. The whole his form was just mind-blowing. But there's even more, folks. When I saw his teabags with a rifle, I almost ejaculated. Words I cannot describe how amazing it is. It's just beyond everything. Mirage surpasses every Apex character I reviewed before, even the Bloodhound. The perfect teabagging form, as we all know, belongs to only one man. The legendary man, whose teabags are so good and so superior that he can literally shift and change the entire history of human civilization. No one can compete with this man. He is the ultimate perfect man. The ideal man. Maybe even the god himself. Mirage, of course, cannot compete with this absolute legend. But comparing Mirage with other Apex legends, he surpasses all of them greatly. This is a truly that kind of teabagging technique that I want to see in video games. It's almost perfect. Almost. Mirage is most definitely worth an incredibly high score, therefore, I will give him a 9.8 out of 10. I honestly didn't expect such excellent stuff from cocky guy like him. Seriously. The next legend we're reviewing is Caustic, the evil scientist. This man's teabags are somewhat similar to Gibraltar's, and are just as bad as Gibraltar's. The same kneeling pose, which I analyzed and criticized before. It appears to me that larger and taller characters have somewhat hard time teabagging in this game. I can't say that I was expecting something special from Caustic, so his performance did not leave me very upset. Caustic gets the same 1.0 score. And the last hero we're reviewing is Octane. Octane is a new, batshit crazy adrenaline junkie. And yes, my friends, we can clearly see that Octane is another great character who has excellent teabagging skills too. As a matter of fact, those legs aren't natural. Octane, whose real name is Octavio Silva, was a crazy guy who entertained himself by performing death-defying stunts. So one day he literally blew up his own legs and then asked Ajay for help. So now he has bionic ones. Maybe that's why he is so good at teabagging. Unlike others, he doesn't have to struggle with leg joint pain, injuries, dislocations and all that shit. One of the finest performances we have seen today. Very refreshing. 9.7 out of 10. So, there you have it. Each legend has been reviewed and put on the scale 0 to 10. The two worst characters are Caustic and Gibraltar. They were kneeling and teabagging wrong way in all cases. Pathfinder was really bad too. I was exclusively disappointed in him. I really hoped that the guy will show us some fine ass teabags. Moving along to the middle score. Lifeline and Wraith are pretty average. Those are two legends who perform solid teabagging only when holding pistols. I found that quite odd, if you ask me. And finally, I recommend any character who scored 8.0 out of 10 or more. Bangalore is indeed a good teabagger, no serious complaints about her performance at all. And those three are absolutely fantastic. Pick any of those and you will be good fam. Thank you for watching.